How many discounts does USAA Auto Insurance offer? Too many to say here. Multi-vehicle discount, safe driver discount, new vehicle discount, storage discount, legacy.
How many discounts will you stack up? Visit USAA.com/auto discounts. Restrictions apply.
Ah, Smart Water, now in a sleek can.
This feels cool, literally.
Perfect for social gatherings and on the go.
Should I start wearing turtlenecks?
One sip at a time, friend. Smart Water cans, for those with a taste for taste. Get yours today.
War Eagle, and welcome to another edition of Ever to Podcast, our somewhat regular get-together with you on audio format here at E2C Network, where we share the Auburn experience. That experience to us is all about a few things: Auburn sports, Auburn culture, Auburn family stuff. An easier way to say it: if it's orange and blue, it's what we do. So thank you so much for joining us in what we're going to be doing in Ever to Podcast episode 22. Today's date is technically Thursday, June 11th, 2025. I'll tell you why technically here in a second. We're back together again to talk about all things in the Auburn space, major news, topics, discussions on social media. We got some things to update you on schedules, a lot of schedule talk to get you up to date on here. And we'll give you a quick update and insight to what's going on track and field NCAA Championships as well. Now, let me address this right now. I know I said on yesterday's episode that I would not be able to give you an episode live, or not live, but the day of, or the rest of the week, because I'm on vacation. I actually am on vacation right now, and I'm actually recording this the night before, because of course, the one day that I tried to take a break and go on vacation, a bunch of important news breaks, and I cannot leave y'all without it. Certainly we'll talk about it on the Auburn Experience podcast, but it's too good, juicy of news not to talk about. So here I am late at night recording something for you guys. So I hope the audio quality is okay for you all just for this one episode. All right, let's get into it. Lots of schedule news. First up, football schedule news. Now we know the games for the 2025 season. In fact, last week, I believe it was, maybe it was earlier this week. I can't remember. It's all running together now. We got game time announcements for the first three games. We've known that already. Baylor at 7 p.m. on that Friday night, August the 29th. Ball State at 6:30 back home for the first home game. Homecoming will be a scorching 11:45 a.m. and September 12th versus South Alabama. We've known that, but what we've been waiting on is the announcement for either game times or what we're going to call game windows, and that's what it's listed at here in the official release, for the other football games. Remember, this is the new model where they'll at least give you an idea of what to expect. You can plan accordingly, whether you want to invest the time to prepare for those types of games. Some helpful news here, some helpful information. Let's go through what else is out there. We've already run through the first three. Oklahoma, the next game that hadn't been announced yet for a time or a window, is, and actually let me clarify. So there's a couple categories they can fall into in this announcement. An early window, which is 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. These are all central times, I believe. An afternoon window of 2:30 to 3:30. A night window of 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Or a flex, which could be anywhere from 2:30 to 7 p.m. If you look at the first game that we're looking at after those first three, Oklahoma is a flex game. I have no clue where it's going to end up. My guess is Auburn will not have had a midday game yet. That one's probably going to get a midday game, just guessing, although it could get bumped up to a night game. Who knows? Who knows? That's what the whole point of a flex is. Texas A&M is next. That is officially going to be an afternoon kickoff, so a scorcher out there at Kyle Field. Auburn visiting Texas A&M this particular year. But the highlight so far of this particular announcement for game times and game windows has got to be the Georgia game. The Georgia game will be a night game, and that is incredible. In October, back home in October, it's going to be, I got to think it's going to be great weather, great atmosphere. We couldn't ask for much more. What an exciting announcement today. The rest of it, Missouri will be a flex. Have no clue in the afternoon to the evening. Arkansas will be an early kickoff at Arkansas. Kentucky will be a flex, which anywhere from afternoon to evening. I have a feeling we'll get a night game for that one too. I'm hoping so. That's a home game. Vanderbilt will be afternoon. They're finally garnering interest for afternoon games. Mercer will be a 1:00 p.m. kickoff. Keep that in mind. 1 p.m. kickoff. That is official. That's not a flex. That's not a window. all that. And Alabama is officially in the flex slot. Let me just go ahead and prepare you guys. If you haven't caught on already, it's going to be at 2:30 or 3 or something like that. The mid-afternoon window. So there you go. That is the announcement. We'll break this down in more detail on the Auburn Experience podcast, but it was such big news that I wanted to get together with you all, even while I'm on vacation, to at least give you some quick notes and perspectives on it, because I thought it was that important. Let's talk about the other schedule news, and this is what truly prompted me to want to get together with you guys during my vacation and give you some news. We also have news in the men's basketball realm. We've been waiting. I've been praying. I've been hoping. Praying's taking it too far. That's not really that important to pray about. I've been hoping for a long time to get some basketball news for the schedule. We've already got a bunch of it that's already known because there's return trips or us going to someone else in a return trip. There's been announcements already for Arizona, things like that. But one of the biggest announcements is when you're going to be participating with a team in a conference challenge. So for a while it was the SEC and the Big 12 challenge. Now it's the ACC ACC SEC challenge. We know last year's Auburn-Duke game was one of the best of the year. Went the Duke Blue Devils' way, but certainly it was a great game. This year, we now know all of the matchups. And of course, I'm going to give you the Auburn one first. NC State at Auburn. NC State at Auburn. Now, I know a lot of you Auburn fans were really excited and hopeful that we would get that return trip of Duke to Auburn. But unfortunately, they're going to be paired up with the reigning national champions, and that would be the Florida Gators, unfortunately. So they are going to be the marquee game of this, national champions with the blue blood of Duke. Certainly you can't pass that up, so you understand that. But Auburn versus NC State is going to be great. There's some bad blood there with SEC teams, and Will Wade now being over there as the head coach. You know he's going to have them prepared. He's going to get the talent there. This is a really good sneaky matchup with NC State coming to Auburn and Neville Arena to take on Bruce Pearl and the Auburn Tigers. So don't sleep on that matchup. I know you're disappointed, maybe not for a Duke game or a UNC, something like that, but this could be one of those times that if you're going to catch Will Wade, catch him in year one, especially on your home court. Nice to see the Tigers returning after being away in such a hostile environment with Cameron Indoor this last year. Here's the rest of your matchups. So we said Florida at Duke, UNC at Kentucky, Virginia. That'd be a nice one as well, folks, for Auburn to get. Hint, hint, for whoever's making those schedules. At Texas. Clemson at Bama. They've had some pretty good matchups. Louisville at Arkansas. Oklahoma at Wake Forest. SMU at Vandy. A&M at Pitt. Miss State at Georgia Tech. Miami at Ole Miss. LSU at BC. Virginia Tech at South Carolina. Tennessee at Syracuse. Missouri at Notre Dame. I always forget that Notre Dame gets included in this for them. And then UGA at FSU. So that is all of your matchups for the ACC, SEC, I almost threw the Big 12 in there again. ACC and SEC challenge. Obviously, for you, the Auburn fans, the most important one is that NC State at Auburn matchup. I know. We'll get that Duke return trip somewhere in the future. I promise you it's coming. That's got to be some day that Auburn fans are really looking forward to. I am happy that we're in the SEC and the ACC challenge now. Because it's become really fun and some of these great matchups that we're going to continue to see. But for now, the Gators get a crack at the Duke Blue Devils. Thankfully, they got to go to Duke and face that energy and raucous crowd there like we had to last season. So there you go. Last little notes for you. The NCAA Track and Field National Championships have just started out in Eugene, Oregon. They started yesterday. You're listening to this on a Thursday. So keep track. I promise you need to keep up to date what's going on there. There's already some big things happening. Nothing's been awarded yet in terms of a lot of the actual individual national titles and points towards a team national title. Remember, folks, last year, Auburn came within a point or two, maybe just a point of winning a national title in men's track and field out there at Eugene. This past indoor season, they came in third. Keep that in mind. There's a good pedigree. Coach Leroy Burrell has been building up this program to this point. I'm not saying they're going to win it this year. I'm just saying you need to pay attention if you're not doing that already. I know it's not a sport that a lot of people dive into a whole lot, but this is the time to do so. And here's an example of it right here. This is happening on the national stage in the preliminaries. I'm going to do my best to pronounce his name correctly. Ajayi Kainsola. He just broke the program record in the 100-meter dash, a 9.92, the fastest time of the day, and secures his spot in the finals on Friday. So he'll have a day of recuperation. I'm watching even the video right now as I'm talking to you, and that man was flying so fast. That's just one example of across the track and field program is what's going on, but especially on the men's side that you need to be paying attention to this weekend as an Auburn Tiger fan. So that's going to do it. Wanted to catch up with you with those important bits of news, and especially even the track and field situation. I don't plan on getting back together with you guys the rest of the week. However, I said that yesterday, and here we are. Thank you so much for your patience and being willing to have a surprise episode on Ever the Podcast. As always, keep up with us on social media. Hit us up on DMs on social media, or you can email us at e2cnetwork@gmail.com if you'd like to follow up with us there about something we talked about here, propose a topic or question or comment that you'd like addressed here. That's always a good avenue to do that. We thank you so much for tuning in with us today here at E2C Network, where we share the Auburn experience. Till we talk to you again, War Eagle.